Becoming a six-figure agent is possible, but unfortunately, the stats show us a different story. The median full-time income for a real estate agent is $56,000. My personal mission is to change that. And I'm going to be sharing some easy to implement action items that you can start implementing in your business right now. Are you ready? Let's go. I want you to remember back to the excitement you felt when walking out of the testing room and you see pass on the screen. Now, I don't know if they still do that, but when I took my license back a long time ago, it was like a P or an F. And I remember feeling how excited I was to see the P on the screen. Now, you sit in your car, you grab your phone, you post on social media, tell everyone that you passed. Your family and friends are cheering you on, excited for the next chapter. And maybe even one or two of them say, hey, I've been thinking about buying or selling my home this year. And then your excitement just grows. Or maybe you post and it's crickets and you're left wondering, wait, what's next? Where do I go from here? And then it hits you. No one handed you a roadmap. No one showed you exactly how to make money as a real estate agent, let alone how to build a business that's going to yield you six figures and eventually scale to seven. And if you're ready for a proven framework that will help you build a six-figure business faster and get personally coached by me, check the show notes for the link to join my roadmap program. Because I see you and I hear you. You're tired of guessing what to do every day and feeling like you're spinning your wheels. You're overwhelmed by all the noise out there, because we know there is a lot of that. Download this video, watch this, follow this person on IG. But you're still not sure what moves your business forward. So I want to cut through all that noise today and give you some really tangible steps so you can start becoming that six-figure agent you've always dreamt about. Here's step one. You've got to shift your mindset and start thinking of your license as a business, like a job. And I know what you're thinking. Vanessa, I didn't get into real estate to have another job because you want the freedom and flexibility. But stay with me because this is really important. Because if you've ever worked a regular 9-to-5 job and your boss said to you, hey, these are the 3 things you need to do every day to keep your job, you would do them, right? Yeah. So imagine this. Someone sits you down and says, look, you're going to work really hard, maybe 12, 16-hour days sometimes. And it's going to take a few years to really build it. But if you do, your income potential is limitless. Would you put in the work now to reap the rewards later? Would you follow a roadmap when one was provided to you? Yes or no? Because that's the question that you really need to start thinking about. And maybe you're struggling with this because you're saying, Vanessa, no one ever told me what to do every day. Exactly. That's the gap. So step 2 is, if you've been following me long enough, you know it's know your numbers. But I don't want you to freak out if you've never followed me before or heard me talk about it. Don't freak out, because I know many of us don't like numbers because we're afraid of what it might reveal. But this is exactly why you need to know them and understand them and have a relationship with them every single day. And the great news is you don't have to figure it out by yourself, because I created a worksheet just for you. Now, go follow me on IG right now. Link is in the show notes. DM me the word plan, and I'm going to send it over your way. Be sure to mention it, though, that you heard this on the podcast so I know where you came from. And then once you get this worksheet, you're going to be able to plug in your desired income goal along with a few other numbers, and it's going to do all the heavy lifting for you. It's going to tell you how many homes to close, appointments and agreements you need, and conversations you need to be having every single day to make it happen. All right, you ready for step 3? Step 3 is now you have to build a plan that matches your numbers. This is why it's so important to understand what yours are. So let's give an example. Let's say the worksheet shows you need to talk to 10 people a day. That's 70 conversations a week. So your next question you need to think about is, how are you going to create 70 conversations? And here's where a lot of agents go wrong. They say, well, I'm going to do open houses, but then they only do one on a Saturday. And even if that open house is busy and maybe gives you 15 to 20 conversations if it's a really good open house, although we know that that's not normal, here's the thing, you still need 50 more that week. So the math is not adding up. And if you want to actually hit your goal, your lead generation strategies have to support the numbers you calculated. That's the bridge between what you want and how you're going to get there. So what are the strategies going to be for you based on your goal? Here's the thing, if you're not sure, I want you to go back and listen to episodes 2 and 3 of this season because I walk you through exactly how to identify and build those out. Now, this is where so many agents stop, and trust me, I have seen it all. Nothing gets scheduled, nothing gets tracked, and by the end of the week, you're wondering, why didn't I make any progress, Vanessa? But when you know what your day looks like and what to focus on, you're going to wake up with intention and purpose. This is how you build a six-figure business. And the way you start doing that is by actually using a calendar. Now, this can be a digital one or in old school paper. That's what I prefer. I have it over here on my side table. But the key is find what works for you and use it every single day. And you're going to start putting those fundamentals on there. Your lead gen time, your follow-up, your appointments. The non-negotiables must be protected and blocked on your calendar. Because if you don't, what are you going to end up doing? You're going to end up filling that time with tons of distractions like tweaking your logo, scrolling social media endlessly, picking your brand colors. But here's the reality of it. Those things don't make you money unless social media is a lead gen strategy and you're using it with intention. But no one hires you because of your colors or your logo. They hire you because of who you are and how you show up. Now, after coaching agents for years, one of the biggest problems and patterns I see is that we take an all or nothing approach. You start thinking to yourself, well, you have to implement every single thing Vanessa's telling me to do right now, or I'm never going to make six figures. But that is not true because progress is going to beat perfection every single time. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to take one thing I talked about from today's episode and go put it into action. And put it into action for 30 days straight. Then you're going to add something else. And maybe it's DMing me right now for the worksheet. Remember, DM me plan so you can finally understand your numbers. Or maybe it's working on the mindset piece about how you should view your business. Or maybe it's just as simple as ordering a paper calendar and writing everything down. Or maybe it's joining my program, and then you don't have to think about anything because everything is done for you in there, the clarity, structure, and support that you need. Because if you wait another 90 days to take action, you're going to be that much further away from reaching your goal. But you can decide right now and start building your six-figure business, the one you've always dreamt of. All right, what are you going to do this week? Bye for now.